What's going on? I'm Ronnie with the Local Losers, and today we're working on my hard body. You guys have asked for it, so here we go. I want to start off by saying thank you guys for all the support with Bo leaving. It really means a lot that you guys are still planning on sticking around, hanging out as we work on all these pieces of crap. Anyways, what we're doing on the hard body, I'm pulling the axle. So when I originally did these lower mounts right here for the 4-link, I cut into this axle tube so it has an oil leak there. So I want to fix that. Then this crossover bar here, I want to raise it up 2 inches. So I got to grind the welds off there, break that thing loose, lift it up 2 inches. We're also going to be moving the fuel cell from there up to behind the cab. And I'm contemplating on cutting out the entire bed. If you guys could give me your thoughts on cutting out the bed. I don't really have a good reason except for I don't need a bed anymore, and it would be nice to be able to access everything without the bed being there. You know, I got my battery under there, my fuel filter's under there, the fuel cell, the link bars, the shocks, the list goes on and on. There's just so much stuff. And then I figure I can kind of chop the frame right in there and do a little tube thing to hold the bed sides up, just to shorten the chassis of the truck a little. But anyways, like I said, if you guys give me your thoughts on cutting the bed out, I'm gonna keep the tailgate, I'll keep the bed side so it'll look like a bed. It just won't have anything in the middle. Yeah, so to get this axle out, I have a B-Banny triangulated 4-link in here. So I already took the nuts off of these bolts and the one down there. So those nuts are off, I just gotta slide the bolts out. I pulled my calipers off. Again, this is a B-Banny dual caliper setup. So yeah, I got those bolts out, gotta get them out. That axle should drop down. Oh, before I do that, don't let me forget, we gotta take the drive shaft off. So I'm gonna get the drive shaft off, I'm gonna get those bolts out, we'll get this thing slid out from underneath there. And just like that, the axle's out. So like I said, it's pretty easy on this truck. Undo the drive shaft, bolt there, bolt down there. There's another one up here, calipers. There's a few spots that the brake lines bolt on. Get all that out, and she slides right out. So I got it over here on some jack stands, and I've measured this distance. Let me see, from here to here. So I know what this is. Measured the same on the other side. And then what I did is I took my digital angle finder and I got this as close to 90 degrees as I can. So then when I put this one on, I can make sure it's this distance, level it, and it should be good to go. But for now, we gotta grind this off, or plasma cutter, which is what I'm gonna use. Plasma cut this thing off, get it out of the way, get it cleaned up, then we'll put it back on. After we clean up where the old shit was, we'll clean all that up, re-weld that, then we'll put this on. Then this should be done. The axle should be fixed. We can throw it back in the truck. But before we do that, I believe it'll be easier without the axle to get this bar out. I'm gonna get the fuel cell out and get all its brackets out of the way too, because we have this here that we gotta clean up as well. So no big deal. Get that off, get that thing cut and welded up. And just like that, the bracket's off. So this is pretty disgusting. If you notice right there, there's a little hole. I think there's one on the other side too. So I don't have a flap disc or a grinding wheel. So I'm gonna pick up a grinding wheel tomorrow and a flap disc. Drop my mic. So anyways, I'm gonna hold it. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll pick up a grinding wheel and a flap disc. We'll get that cleaned up, get that thing welded back on there. Should be good to go. All right, so I got that all welded on there. It's looking good. I don't know if you guys can read that. 89, throw it over here. It is different. One's at 87, 2 degrees. If we throw this here, you guys can read that, 88.6. This one is at 89.2.5. So anyways, close enough for us here at the losers. So we can go ahead and turn that off. But yeah, that's welded on. Welds look pretty good. Looks nice and beefy. Now we're just gonna go ahead, give this a nice coat of black, and that's it. So let me paint this up. I'll get back with you guys. Well, all right, guys, I'm happy with it. Looks good. We just got to finish up over there. We can go ahead and install this bad boy. So what we're going to do in the next video, we're going to get this bar out here. This strut tower bar, I guess is what we'd call it. I'm not real sure. That's where the top of the shocks mount. So the next video, we'll get that out, get it raised up a couple inches, get it welded back in, and probably put the diff back in. Probably do all that in one video. So stay tuned. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the support again, and we'll see you next time.